Hey guys, welcome back to Heartbaked. In the last episode, wait a second. Oh my god. Okay, no, it's just a really- oh Jesus. I was looking at Carver's, photo image drawing, and I saw, the flesh-colored shirt that I guess he's wearing, and I thought he just had, a jacket on, and then, nothing, and I got so scared. Anyways. In the last episode, Radley asked us out on a date, and we were going to Carver's to eat, so let's see what I want to eat. So, whatever you want. I'm trying to figure out which one would be good for Radley. Which one does he think? Probably the teasing, right? Right? I think he would like teasing. Yeah, let's do teasing. I grinned and turned to look at Radley directly. You know, Rads, as long as you feed it to me, I don't really care what we get. I tried and failed to wink. I should really spend some time practicing that. He looked like he was holding back a laugh, and I glared at him. What? Nothing, Steak. I can do that. He tried to grin, but he was biting his lip to keep in the giggles. Never mind. I pouted and looked at the display cases. Nothing really looked like something I wanted to eat. Pick anything. Oh, pick anything. My treat. I can't do his accent anymore. I did so good that one time. He bounced as he talked, and I could tell he was happy to just be here. I heard a grumble from behind the counter and looked over to see Carver glaring at us. Just take this and pay, and get out of my shop already. Carver shoved the box with some sweetbread in it towards us and waited impatiently. Gee, jelly, Carver. That isn't- oh, Jesus. Let me try this again. Gee, jelly, Carver. That isn't very professional of you. Now he just sounds like Goofy. I can't. Radley feigned feeling insulted and frowned at him. Not even letting your customers decide what they're getting. Pay and out. His glare hardened, and it was so obvious that he was trying to stay calm. Fine, fine. Radley quickly paid for the food and grabbed the box. We both walked out, and I let out a huff of air. I never realized just how much I appreciated the fresh air. Radley nodded in agreement and laughed. Want to go sit by the fountain? His eyes were sparkling, and he looked more than excited. You aren't going to push me in, are you? Are you? I would never! He gave me a hurt look for a second before he realized that he has in fact pushed me into the fountain before. Again? A prank is only funny once. So you'll never break my basket again? Never. You'll never make bad cupcakes? Never. You'll never draw on my face while I'm sleeping? I glared at him. He paused and a giant grin spread across his face. Mistake. I thought a prank was only funny once. My eyebrows raised and he giggled. Except that one, come on, your face was priceless. I pouted as we sat on the bench that lined the fountain. Why would they even build a fence here? Bench. It's like they were wanting people to get pushed in. Radley sat behind me with a thumb and put the box between us. He opened it with a flourish and we both stared down at the small sweet buns. He grabbed one and broke a piece off. Here, Steak, say ah! He seemed all too happy. What are you doing? You wanted me to feed you. I told you to never mind that. I pouted and his face fell. He gave me the kick puppy look and I let out a groan. Fine. Yes! I can't. His grin came back and he broke the piece of bread to my mouth, brought it to my mouth. He clumsily brought it up to my lips and I tentatively let him feed me. I could feel my cheeks getting warm. This was too embarrassing. That's it! No more! Haha, yeah, okay. He seemed happy enough to be able to do it once. The sweet taste was a lot better than either of us thought it would be. We didn't talk much as we finished eating, and once we were done, Radley picked up the box and brought it to the garbage nearby. He stood up and I stood up and walked over to him. Do you want to go for a walk, Steak? He bounced a few times again, waiting excitedly for my answer. But we just ate together. He stopped bouncing and looked confused, then pouted. Aw, you want to go home? We haven't even been out for long. I guess I have a bit more time. Yes, okay, let's go. He skipped ahead and waited for me to follow him. I couldn't help but roll my eyes and laugh at his childish antics. Oh, that's really pretty. We walked through the forest. The sounds of nature were oddly calming. It didn't take much time just to go for a walk, so this was nice. Where are we going? I don't know, just a walk. He grinned. I'm surprised you can handle the dirt here. I saw him shudder at the corner of my eye. Yeah. His voice shook and he was suddenly looking around everywhere, making sure to avoid any mud. He actively started dodging any strands of cotton candy from the trees. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on a... Whoa, does someone live out here? We walked into a clearing with a small shack and sheep. Oh no. Benjamin. I muttered dryly. Radley paused before a devious grin spread across his face. I have an idea. Is it a prank? I asked accusingly, but his smile only grew. Yep. Radley, we can't just go around pranking everyone. But Steak, he made a mess of your shop. I frowned for a second before realizing that he was right. Benjamin had come into my shop and made a mess. Twice. What do you have in mind? We let the sheep out. Radley. Come on, Steak, it'll be great. He bounced from foot to foot and waited for me to give him the okay. Fine. His excitement was starting to rub off on me and I let out a short laugh. Yes, come on. He grabbed my hand and dragged me towards the pen. It took us a second to find where the gate was, and then another minute to figure out how to open it. Radley, hurry up, he's probably nearby. I don't want to get caught. I hissed out, trying to keep as quiet as I could. I know, there. He jumped back in victoriously as the gate released and swung open. The two sheep looked at us dumbly and let out a few baas. Neither of them moved an inch. Bernard, Bethany, what's going on? My eyes widened and I froze. Run! Radley laughed and grabbed my hand, running back to where we came from. We both ran back towards the town and only stopped running when we could see the fountain again. We caught our breath and both burst into laughter. I don't even think the sheep left. We didn't accomplish anything. I pouted while still letting a few giggles escape. It was still fun. He was once again bouncing around excitedly. We should head back now. We have cupcakes to make. He sounded enthusiastic as usual, but looked disappointed at his own words. Right, I wouldn't want to keep the deliciousness of my pastries away from any customer. I nodded and started walking forwards. Radley followed, and I realized we were still holding hands. I coughed and dropped his hand, looking away and pretending it didn't happen. The walk to my baker was short, and when we were at the door, Radley shuffled from one foot to the other, looking like he was waiting for something. Well, see you later. I gave him a smile and walked to the door. Yep, see ya, Steak. He stepped backwards and then paused. I had fun. Oh, same. I was surprised with the thought that I wasn't lying about that. It was fun. I never expected to actually have a good time on a date with Radley. I stepped into my shop, and Radley walked backwards towards his house. I watched after him confused. I find myself kinda not wanting him to leave. This is weird. Hey, we're falling for Radley! Oh, Jesus. My voice. I'm trying to do the recording all in one go, so it's really taking a toll on my voice, but it's okay, we'll get through this. I can do it. No! Crap. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to do this day again. What's happening? Return. No, I want to pick a different day. I want this one. Okay. Whew, Jesus. Here's your order. I hope it's to your liking. To their liking. I smiled at the customer and they stood at the other side of the counter and placed a box of 12 cupcakes in front of her. Okay, these are beautiful as usual, but they're vanilla. She gave me a sort of sad smile and I gasped as I realized she ordered chocolate cupcakes. I'm sorry about that. Let me go grab your correct order. I scooped the box up and dove into the kitchen. This is at least the third time that I've done this today. Maybe it was 4. I quickly unfolded a new box and put 12 chocolate cupcakes in it, then I returned to the front and put the new box in front of her. I'm so sorry about that. Don't worry, everybody has bad days. These look lovely, thank you so much. She placed the correct amount of chips on the counter and walked out with the box. I scooped the chips off the counter, dropping a few in the process, and placing the ones I actually scooped successfully into the counter. I knelt down and picked up the ones that fell. The door opened and I jumped up to greet the customer. Bang! Ow! I hit my head on the drawer of the cash register and found myself kneeling on the ground again. Why didn't I close that stupid thing? I stood up slowly, this time moving away from the offending drawer. Hello, welcome to Kale's Pastries! I smiled as wide as I could and peeked a few chips away and made sure to close the drawer this time. Are you alright, miss? That sounded like I heard a bunch. A younger girl looked up at me with doe eyes. I'm fine, what can I get for you today? She burst into a giant smile and pointed to a cake. It's Mama's birthday. Pop sent me to get a cake. Any cake. Alright, let me just grab that for you. I carefully picked up the pastel purple cake with beautiful icing flowers as decoration. I put it in a box and told her the total. She pulled out more than enough chips out of her pocket and dropped them on the counter and waited. I scooped them up successfully this time and put them in the register. Thank you! I smiled and waved to her. She stood there for a minute and just stared at me. Was I forgetting something? Why was she being so creepy? Miss, what about my change? She pouted. Oh right, change. Ah, just a test. I pulled out the key of the register and opened it, taking out the girl's change and handing it to her. She put the chips in her pocket and grabbed the cake. She practically ran out the shop and I let out a long sigh. Maybe I did hit my head too hard. Why was I acting like this? Get yourself together, Kale. I slapped my cheeks a few times and nodded determinedly. I can do this. I'm Kale. I'm amazing. I'm not going to let some guy distract me from my work. Okay, it wasn't some guy. It was Radley. Even more of a reason to not let him distract you. He isn't even here. But I couldn't stop myself thinking about him. I sighed again. More like I couldn't stop thinking about whether I actually liked him or not. How could I think that without being disgusted? A few days ago, all I could think about was ew, and it's for the cake. Yoo-hoo! I blinked a few times when a hand was thrust in front of my face and started waving. Gah! I jumped back, startled, and found myself looking directly at the guy who had been plaguing my thoughts all day. If you keep zoning out like that, Carver will march right into your kitchen and steal your recipe book. I can't do his voice. He laughed as I calmed myself down and glared at him. Don't just jump out in front of people like that. What do you mean? I've been here for like 5 minutes. I raised an eyebrow and he paused. Okay, maybe like 2. Wait, what time is it? You're back early. Weren't you on deliveries? Did you dump all them in the river? Ouch, Steak. He looked physically hurt. I would never do that. You have no faith. Never. My eyebrow found itself even higher on my head. Never again. He pouted to hold back a laugh and I rolled my eyes. I finished early because I wanted to have time to go out today. I mean, if you want to go out again, I want to go out again. I had fun yesterday. You said you had fun too. You meant it, right? So do you... Radley! I threw my hand up to cut him off. I don't know. Today isn't really a good day. Yeah, I heard people saying that you seemed really down today. That's why I finished early. I wanted us to go out again so we could have fun and you can cheat up. His innocent smile was contagious and I found myself smiling back at him. That was really sweet of him. Okay, fine. We can go out later, but I have a batch of brownies that need to be made for the mayor first, so... Oh, I'll help. He jumped up and down a few times. Oh no. My eyebrows knitted together. Radley, please, Steak. I don't think... Please, come on, I can help. Fine. Yay. His smile grew and he walked to the door and flipped the sign to closed. I sighed and walked into the kitchen to prepare the ingredients. It only took a few moments to properly measure everything, and by the time I was ready to start mixing, Radley came into the room. What are you... He was wearing three aprons and a pair of gloves on top of his usual pair. Better be clean than dirty. Is that your version of better safe than sorry? His only reply was a giggle, and I sighed and shook my head. Do you want to start mixing and I'll get the tray ready? Yes, ma'am. He saluted goofily and got to work. I grabbed my designated brownies pan and started putting a light layer of grease on it. I found myself looking over at Radley and I realized he was stirring slowly. Extremely slowly. Radley? Kale? Don't be afraid to make a mess. He let out the loudest gasp I've ever heard in my entire life. Kale! Radley. What are you suggesting? He looked absolutely distraught and I couldn't help but laugh. I placed the grease tray down on the counter and walked over to where Radley was standing. Here, I'll mix. Can you tidy up a bit? Yes, can do. He hopped away from the mixing bowl and stood beside me for a minute, watching as I stirred at a proper, reasonable pace. You're really good at that, Steak. I would hope so. I only do it every day of my life. I rolled my eyes and stirred a few more times before putting the whisk down. No, I mean it. You're like the mixing master. The mixing mistress? You know, if they had a mixing competition, Carver wouldn't be able to reach your level of mixing skill, of course. I mean, other ways too. He shrugged and I laughed. Of course, everybody knows Carver and I will never be on the same level. I gave him a confident grin and he replied with a warm smile. There's the Kale I know and love. He leaned over and... kissed me? Wait, love? He loves me? Why did he kiss me? I mean, it was just a cheek, but I felt my cheeks grow hot and he laughed nonchalantly and then walked over to do the dishes as if nothing happened. Hold on there, bub. You couldn't just kiss a girl and walk away. And what was that about loving me? Oh wait, it was just a saying. I shook my head as I realized I had been standing there staring at him. The brownie mix stared up at me and I dove to grab the tray and then dumped the batter into it quickly, threw it in the oven. I faced away from Radley as I tried to sort out my thoughts. What was that? What did it mean? Why was he reacting like this? It was just for the cake. There are no feelings here, except Radley's feelings. What if he really did love me? I was tricking my best friend into falling in love with me and it was working? I was startled out of my thoughts by the oven beeping loudly and I jumped to pull the now finished brownies out. Oh, they're done great! We can go out now! Radley bounced over and energetically looked as excited as a kid in a candy store. Oh yeah, yep, we can go. I nodded more to myself than to him. Okay, let's go to the fountain. He grabbed my hand and practically dragged me out of the kitchen. Yeah, okay. I tried to sound as excited as he was, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. I tried to sound as excited as he was, but I couldn't get it out of my mind long enough to accomplish it. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna end the episode there, and we're gonna see where this goes, because my character is falling in love, sort of, with Radley, but also she just feels really guilty for using him, because that's a messed up thing to do. So anyways, we'll see how it goes in the next episode. Bye!